You know, some people out there, when they talk, they fake the funk. You want brutally honest? Well, if you want brutally honest, look no further than CG Ruthless Sports.
CG Ruthless.
CG Ruthless Sports.
CG Ruthless.
If you want your sports talk to be brutally honest, come check out CG.
CG Ruthless.
If you're not watching CG Ruthless, I don't know what to tell you. Representing the Niner Empire.
CG Ruthless.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Malcgoolie. What's good, bro?
What is up, everyone? What is up? Ready for this week 8. Actually, not ready really, because you know we got a lot to say when it comes down to this team. This team. At least I have this. At least I have them.
My Lakers ain't looking too good this year, so we'll see. But since I do all this introduction for all the people where they can find you at social media, man.
You guys can find me at Malcgoolie on Twitter. That's MALCGOOLIE. The same goes for Instagram, and the same goes as my YouTube channel.
All right, man. We're getting to that preview matchup. I know this is kind of like a team with the most to lose the game at this point. Like, both teams are similar when it comes to, one of them came from a 2-game losing streak. The other one came from a 4-game losing streak. It's an identical matchup because both their offense is trash, and then you got two good solid defense, you know? So it's kind of like an interesting matchup. Well, I'd like to give a huge shout out to this Bears fan right here that's been a loyal subscriber of mine, Jonah Pipney.
What is up? Hey, subscribe to the Malcgoolie channel. I will be doing the Bears and 49er game with Tay-Rock, and that's going to be very, very interesting. Hopefully they don't let me down. Hopefully.
Okay, so what's the matchup you look forward to in this game?
For me, the matchup, really, to be honest with you, since we are playing with no Khalil Mack, the matchup I'm really looking forward to be honest with you, is this shady Bear offensive line versus this very talented defensive line of the 49ers. I mean, the best defender on that O-line, get this, yo, the best defenseman on our line to protect Justin Fields is Jason Peters, the old man. The man, I say, retired because he doesn't have it in him anymore. That is sickening to hear. But we also got Barr, who I absolutely love. We're getting one of our offensive linemen that was injured again in the game against the Cleveland Browns, so we're getting him back. He's a really good blocker. We're supposed to be getting Jenkins here probably in the next 2 weeks, which is actually pretty good. Really can't wait to see this. So Justin Fields, you got 3 more weeks until your whole completed offensive line can protect you. You have 3 weeks. Help is on the way.
So by this matchup, it should be really good for our defense personally. Like, I think when it comes to Justin Fields, he's good at scrambling, but when you look at the Niners defense, you got Nick Bosa licking his chops, wanting to get that quarterback since he played with him in college before. This is kind of like an interesting matchup. An old teammate from college goes one-on-one, but who's that tackle that starts on the other side that Bosa should be able to face?
Well, other than they're moving Jason Peters to the middle, which is actually good. I think Bosa is probably going to be facing off against Daniels. And David McNew, no, Mac is not playing. Mac is out for 3 weeks due to a foot injury. I don't trust the Bears. This team is embarrassing. Sleeping Angels, one of the few compats from my channel.
Same could be said with David McNew. He's a membership of my channel, and it goes for one of your Bears fans also. Jonah, he's a cool dude.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Sleeping Angels, you already know how I feel about this Bears team. You already know. I'm talking about the Bears fan, bro. I don't know if you got the channel in the description.
It should be on there unless your name's up there. I think it should pop in because the network just told me that they were just going to have both ways for both of us. But you should look them up. It's Malcgoolie. It would just pop up in the link, and it should show up there. Oh, I already know what's good. All right, but yeah, okay. Since we're talking matchups, okay, I think the one that may benefit you guys is running the ball because I feel like our run defense is a little bit suspect, and I feel like your running back is really like that dude that you just drafted. What is it, Herbert?
Khalil Herbert.
I think he might have a good game, and that might be concerning. And then the fact that Justin Fields should be able to open up the play a little here and there, even though your line's kind of like Russell Wilson type lineman because that's how he's been known to run away for his life. I'm just wondering how many times we're going to get this guy. Oh, what's his name?
I think Sleeping Angel. I think they mean you. Sleeping Angel. I think you mean CG Ruthless. CG Ruthless is the one you're talking to. What is up, awesome kid? Troy James Bears Sunday against the 49ers. Boy, we'll talk about that here in a few minutes. But Khalil Herbert is our fourth string running back, and these last two games he's been unstoppable, like back to back. 100+ yard games, can never give up on plays, breaking tackles. He reminds me a lot of Jordan Howard in a way, but the difference is here in a way is because, Jordan Howard had that extra boost of speed. Khalil Herbert excels from Jordan Howard. Like, he can break tackles, and he also has that boost of speed. And he's only a fourth-string running back. Here's the thing. They wanted Khalil Herbert to be for special teams. Because in Virginia Tech, I think it was Virginia Tech, I could be wrong, he was a special team threat. But here, Herbert has literally been showing out, proving he should have been, at least the way how he's been running, a third rounder, or hell, he could have been like a second rounder the way how he's running. And for people saying, oh, he's taking Montgomery's spot, for right now, yes. Now, when Montgomery does come back in a few weeks, here's the question. You have Tariq Cohen, that could come back next week. You have Khalil Herbert. You have Damian Williams. And then you got David Montgomery Burns. Okay, you got 4 running backs here. Here's the problem. What do you do with Cohen and what do you do with Damian Williams? If Khalil Herbert is going to be beasting and feasting like this every single week, you have 2 running backs that's lost in the shuffle here. I would say for Tariq Cohen, you can use him for special teams, punt returns, kick returns. He has that speed. Or you can use him as a slot receiving running back because he can catch the ball. Now, Damian Williams, on the other hand, you could use him for probably goal line or special teams. Either way, you have 4 good running backs here on this team. The problem is obviously offensive line, but they find rooms. The job of an offensive lineman is to give you a hole. You have like at least 2 to 3 seconds to find that hole. You don't, negative 2 yards. You don't go anywhere with the ball. And with the run defense, like you said, of you being very suspect, you can't be suspect when you were taking on a rookie, especially a rookie that's been giving you 100+ yards these last 2 games. So Khalil Herbert, this could be another breakout game for him. As long as they just run the ball.
It could be, depending, because the way it's looking like we haven't been able to slow down a lot of running games. We just made Jonathan Taylor go for 100 yards, and the only thing you guys might need to watch out for is Elijah Mitchell. He's the one running back we just drafted from Louisiana Lafayette. He looks like a stud out there, but the fact that we're not using the other running back we drafted from Ohio State, I don't understand why we even trade up to get this guy. And now this other running back is a lot better. he was supposed to be more of a special teamers, but now he's kind of pushed his role out there and became that running back with speed. He just has that speed element that kind of gives you little similarities of Raheem Mostert a little bit, but just a different type of style he is.
Right.
But the way I feel about this matchup is your secondary. I think if Debo has a field day just like the way it's happened, I feel like he's going to have a good game. But I don't know how Jalen Johnson would match up with Debo. I think that could be the most intriguing factor is if Jalen Johnson steps up, which he represents the 5.59 where I come from. And I don't know, this guy's good, but I don't know how he would fare against Debo this week.
Well, with Jalen Johnson, these last 2 weeks, Jalen Johnson has to step up. A lot of Bears fans, the two sides of Bears fans, CG, I don't know if you know this, but there are 3 sections of the Chicago Bear fans, okay? There's the 85 nut jobs, and I get them a lot on my channel. The 85 nut jobs that just are impatient. They don't want to listen to reasons. They want to blame everything, pointing fingers. Yeah, we call those the guys that just, wish that they were relevant. Okay? Then you got number 2, the wishy-washy Bear fans. Some say, "Oh, let's join the third fan base." And and I'll get to the third fan base here in a minute. And then you go to the second, and then they go, "Oh, the first fan base, 85. Oh, blame Justin Fields, blame Nagy, blame everything." And then there's the third fan base, which me, Sleeping Angel, Steve-O Speaks are in. And we call it the peanut punches. Now, what is a peanut punch? Chase to the great cornerback known as Charles Tillman, the creator of the peanut punch. And at that time, we are the ones that literally, thank you, I appreciate that. We are the ones that have common sense. We know what's going on. Yeah, you can blame it all on Nagy. Yes, you can. But here's where we have a bigger source. We know who to blame. The McCaskies.
Yeah.
The McCaskies are disgustingly cheap. They need to sell the team. There's been rumors that the grandkids don't want the damn franchise. Yeah. We have a president by the name of George McCaskey who's just living off of mommy's money. We got Ted Phillips, who hasn't really hired a GM since 2001. Actually, a winning GM. I mean, the last time we had a winning GM was, 2006? And then what happened? You fired him. Coaching. Lovie Smith. Personally, to be honest, what if Lovie Smith never got fired? I think he would be a bear coach for what? The way I was going, almost plus 20 plus years. But you messed it up, and we brought in Mark Trestman, and oh my God, that was an error.
That was an error right there. But speaking of our fan base, like we got different sides of our own fan base. You call those ones the ones that act like a bunch of couch GMs, like they act like they know their stuff. Those are the ones I can't stand. Those phony ass GMs, wannabes, and then you got the ones that are realistic, and then you got those Homer version Niners. Like I don't know what they see in it, but to answer this guy's question, is it time to sit Jimmy?
Jimmy Graham?
No, Jimmy
yes.
Garoppolo.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
And I forgot to talk about Jalen Johnson, and yes, I'll talk about Jalen here, but let me talk about Jimmy Garoppolo. Garoppolo is coming home. The man is Chicago bound. I hope he brings Kiamira with him. I don't know if they're dating. They should. Even though the coach says never have a big one before the big game. But it's time to start to sit Jimmy. To be honest, no. I think Trey Lance will have his time. He could have it halfway through the season. But I don't think it's not time to sit Jimmy. I don't think it's time to sit Jimmy yet. Personally, to be honest with you, when it comes to the 49ers, my biggest thing with the 49ers is coaching. I've never been a fan of Shanahan. I think Shanahan is probably one of the not one of the worst coaches, but one of the most overrated head coaches in the league. Like, I think he just couldn't shake off the 28-3 stain that is still forever on him. Like, Like you had the Super Bowl one, but you know, like you had the Super Bowl one, but Patrick Mahomes and the offense just decided to just wake up at the worst possible time. But then there was times in that Super Bowl game that Shanahan would make some very questionable decisions, and it would literally cost you that game. Now, to me, I'm just not a big fan of Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan. I'm just like his father. I'm not a big fan of him either, because not a big fan of either Shanahan's. But the whole thing with RG3. But I don't know. Maybe Shanahan could succeed with the 49ers if he had the right personnel, or better yet, if they didn't get hit with the COVID bug like the Bears are getting right now. So another player just recently got COVID, and you guys have been getting hit with injuries and COVID. It's just like that 2020 season again, where you lost Santa Clara. Like this 49ers team, ladies and gentlemen, did not have like a true home to play in due to it. And they were injured to hell and back. Here, it's the same scenario, but it's just a string of bad luck. I don't know. It's a curse. Well, we should know about curses. Bears fans do. But yeah, that's how I feel about that. And as for Jalen Johnson, these last two games, Jalen Johnson has been giving up on big plays against these big wide receivers. It started with Green Bay. Like we were coming back in that game, and then Jalen Johnson at the worst possible time just gave up the play to Devontae Adams. You can't do that. People had him right now as one of the best corners in the league, but these last two games, what happened to the fire? Jalen Johnson's gonna have to. You're a shutdown corner. It's time for you to prove it. You are a top 5 corner in this league, according to ESPN, according to all these other news sites. So you need to show it against Debo. I believe he can shut down Debo. And I believe he can. Sean Desai, our defensive coordinator, he wants the Bears to be. He got them in a blitz and a cover. I love the blitzing, but I hate the cover. I've always hated the cover. You have 9 people on your defense who can blitz the hell out of QBs, can hurt a QB. Well, not hurt, but can rough up a QB. And you have some corners that can literally make those plays. So I want ball hawks. I want some interceptions now. Eddie Jackson said an interception's coming soon. I hope it comes in this game. I would love to sing "I'm Sorry, Miss Jackson" on the live stream. I would love to see an Eddie Jackson pick 6, because apparently we're not going to get Return of the Mac this week. So, hey, we get "I'm Sorry, Miss Jackson." And with Akeem Hicks coming back, that's another person who can stop the run. And with Eddie Goldman there, I'm not too worried about Mac not being there, because Eddie and Akeem can hold their own. And he also got Robert Quinn. So, yeah.
Well, that's just the way you look at it. Yeah, our scheme is a lot different since Solo lived, so it's mostly like an aggressive style the way D'Amico's running it, but he's kind of been switching too much coverage a little bit lately. It's kind of had its ups and downs, but then when you look at this franchise, like, do I feel like this matchup should be favorable for us? At this point, this seems more of a golden opportunity, because you don't have Khalil Mack, you don't have Robert Quinn, you don't have none of those guys that would create enough pressure. And quite a few Bears fans have told me, if only you guys can get to Jimmy, that would be the X factor for you guys to beat us.
Yes,
that would be. Yeah, get to Jimmy. But what we can do is actually run the ball a little bit more and get your defense guessing here and there. But the matchup that seems favorable is Debo versus Jalen Johnson. I don't know if Jalen Johnson is the kind of guy you guys were hoping for, but we shall see. I mean, I think he's got the traits to be a top 5 corner in this league.
Oh, yes. Personally, to me, I love Jalen Johnson. I was happy when they picked him up. Shut down corner in college. Last season, he was a beast last season. This season, he's been okay. Just those last 2 games. Devontae Adams, Mike Evans. You cannot give up on plays. You can't make Eddie Jackson try to cover them. You can't. Eddie is a strong safety.
Yeah, well, for those matchups he had, Devontae Adams, not to be fair, but he's a good receiver.
Yes.
Then you got Mike Evans, but now you got Debo, who's an up and coming good receiver in this league. Like,
Yes.
he's been the most consistent receiver for us. Like, I know a lot of people be like saying, well, if you take Debo out of the equation, it makes it kind of guessing for us. Yeah, that's been our weapon this season. Even if Kittle was there, it wouldn't matter because Debo's been the X factor. So it's been like so it's been kind of like the thing with the Bears is like they gotta definitely create pressure on Jimmy. That's what's gonna make it very easy said than done. But if we run the ball and your defense doesn't seem to get it done, it's gonna kind of determine who's gonna make the less mistakes. And when I look at the matchup with the Bears, okay, our secondary, it may be a little suspect, but I see some of your receivers like, was it Darnell Mooney, and then you got Allen Robinson, who quite a few Bears fans have told me that he's played half-ass or something like that, and a lot of them are not too.
I'll get to that.
Yeah, but when they're talking about this guy, I'm like thinking, man, where is that Allen Robinson that everybody was praising about? Like, I hear a lot of good things about him, but now it's like the consistency is just not all the way there. And I guess you guys got something good with this Darnell Mooney guy. That might be the X factors if you guys can involve Moody more and try to mix it up a little bit here and there. But then I look at what can be a good situation. If we can get some interceptions out of Justin Fields, that would be nice, but we'll see. We haven't been able to capitalize quite a few turnovers, so it's been kind of hard for us, and we haven't been able to capitalize into so many turnovers and make it into touchdowns or field goals, so it's kind of been the problem. We don't have Robbie Gold this week. We have this Joey Sly, the guy we just picked up from the Panthers or something like that. So I guess Gold ain't coming home.
Well, yeah, it would have been nice to see Robbie Gold. I remember like the Bears were willing to trade a pick to get Robbie back, and I was like, I'd love to have Robbie back, but I'm not trading my future for a kicker. I'm not doing that. Now, when it comes to Allen Robinson, let me say this: Allen Robinson, who recently signed a franchise tag. Bears fans want, here's the thing. Allen Robinson's playing half-ass. Okay, let me say this about that. Allen Robinson is not playing half-ass. He basically stated and called out Matt Nagy and his offensive play calling, basically saying, and I quote, Justin Fields never really has reps with the first strings. He barely has time to practice with his first string wide receivers. But earlier today, this week, according to what I've heard, Justin Fields, and this is where a rookie, and this is why I believe Justin Fields is the thing, and also go Packers. Packers suck. I'm sorry. You guys are getting your butts kicked tonight. 8-0, and I hope if the football gods are as evil as they say, Aaron Rodgers gets popped. Because let's be real, Packers fans. If Aaron Rodgers goes down, your team goes down. Does 2018 ring a goddamn bell? It should. All could have been avoided, Packers fans, if you just listen to your franchise quarterback. It's like Brett Favre all over again, on repeat. I'm sorry. When Packers fans think they're the hottest thing since Mississippi, I'm sorry. They got to be take down a peg. Just down a peg. But my opinions, we need to re-sign him next year. We do. We do need to re-sign him. If once Matt Nagy's gone, he'll stay. He'll stay. Because here's the thing. Robinson is a good receiver. He really is. He had a heck of a season this year. This year he's not having a really big season. Well, look what the situation that Robinson's in, ladies and gentlemen. Andy Dalton. Okay? Nick Foles, who he kind of has some little bit of a connection with. He doesn't really have a connection with Fields just yet. And that's only because they're not putting Justin Fields with the first reps. I'm sorry, you drafted this kid from Ohio State. You got to use him. He has to practice with the first strings, the first string defenses, the first string offenses. That's why in the comments he said the game felt slow to him because he's not used to being, playing with second strings and third strings. First string type of guy. But Justin Fields, like I said, he had a meeting with all of his wide receivers. So we talking Mooney, we're talking Cole Kmet, all of them, all his receivers, tight ends, about doing which routes to take, which route is good, how are we going to get this, how are we going to beat this guy off of coverage, how are we going to get this play done. A real leader, that's leadership coming from a rookie. He can see blitzes. He can see blitzes, but he needs an offensive line. You give Justin Fields an offensive line, dude, that man is unstoppable. And I'm going to say this, so Packers fans can say reach. I see a lot of Aaron Rodgers in Justin Fields.
Okay.
I see a lot of Aaron Rodgers in Justin Fields. The way how he can mobile, get out of the line, make plays for himself. He has an arm. We've seen it. We've seen him throw the ball. We've seen it. It's a really, really good. It's a really, really good quarterback. It's just the fact that the problem here is that, the problem here with Justin Fields is, number one, he doesn't have the coach. He doesn't have it's not just the coach. He doesn't have the right GM. He doesn't have the right president, GM, or the right coaching staff to let him be great. What he's going through right now is the same thing Mitchell Trubisky's was going through.
The growing pains.
The growing pains.
Yeah.
It's like Nagy didn't want Mitchell there. Need I remind you, in preseason, Mitchell torched us in preseason. So that let me know Mitchell wasn't the problem, Maggie. It was you. And now Bears fans are slowly turning on Justin Fields. Because why? Because he's a rookie. Shoot, I had a person on my stream saying trade him. Why? Why trade him? Oh, he's not ready for football. This is what people fail to realize. This is a developing year. They're trying to develop him. They're developing him poorly, yes. But like I said, coaches come and go in this league.
Yep.
They come and go. GMs come and go. Presidents come and go. I wish chairmen can come and go, but the upper room has to call. When you get knocked on the door, that's when they go. Owners can go.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. Like, Bears fans are just so impatient, and that's why I'm in that third section of the face. I'm patient. I want to win, yes, but the keys to the puzzle, once all of management goes and they bring in somebody who cares, then boom, we're off to the races. Then maybe we can get another championship. Because let me say this, if that 2016 Chicago Cubs poster right there can do it, if the Cubs can do it in 2016, the Blackhawks in 2010, yes, I don't want to get into that. 2012, 2013 can do it. They can do it. If the Blackhawks can do it, the Cubs can do it. The Bulls are trying to do it right now. The Bears can do it. Hey, the Chicago Sky won a championship, folks. A team that I always put on blast. They proved me wrong.
Yeah. Well, it takes time, just like when people don't understand that these young quarterbacks, it takes time for them to develop. And for example, like I know a lot of our fan base are kind of going against Jimmy and they're saying, hey, let's just play Trey Lance. Let's play him. Like, hey, if you want to take a chance on him, we'll see. But I feel like some of them are critical on Trey Lance. They said, he ain't ready for us. And I'm like, dude, what do you expect from this guy? When he played against the Cardinals, I knew this was going to happen. And a lot of people didn't believe me. They said, this guy's going to light up the Cardinals defense. And I told him, I don't think so, dude. He's a young quarterback.
Fans are just impatient. They got these whole expectations. Like, it's just not fair. It's not fair for these rookie quarterbacks. It's not fair for the following. If you really want to be technical, here are the top 5 out of this quarterback draft that are, doing something this year. Number 1 is Matt Jones. A lot of people say Justin Fields, but to me, Mac Jones. Mac Jones is number one. Number two, Justin Fields. Number three, they had Trey Lance at number three. He's played a few games, but I think personally, I got to see more of Trey Lance. I only saw him once, and that was in that Detroit game. There's Trey Lance. Then you also have number four, Trevor Lawrence, and number five, Zach Wilson. I mean, Zach Wilson, his situation is bad. I'm sorry. It's the Jets, ladies and gentlemen. It's the butt fumble. They've always butt fumble. They will continue the butt fumble. The Jags and Jacksonville Duval. I mean, we got They got a head coach that likes to group underage college students.
That's just
what more do you say? Like Trey Lance has promise where he's at. Justin Fields, if the right management staff is good for where he's at. Mac Jones is in the driver's seat. And I always wondered and had a really horrible dream. Think about this one, CG. What if the Bears got Mac Jones? And what if Belichick had Fields?
It would be a different situation.
Oh my God. Fields would be oh God. Give Belichick a mobile quarterback. Here, Mac Jones, like they Patriots fans want him to be Brady. He's not Brady. He's Mac Jones. He's the mac and cheese of your organization. We're the Justin Fields of this organization.
Yeah. Well, that's just how they go with these organizations. But you want the players to like fit into your system. And I think with the Bears, I mean, I feel like when you guys some people were kind of criticizing that the Bears were forced to pick Justin Fields instead. I've heard a lot of stuff about it, like that Matt Nagy didn't really want him at first.
No. That's no. Where'd you get that from? Bears fans?
Quite a few of them. I don't know, like a lot of these guys.
Yep,
that, like,
the 85 nut bags. Those are the 85 nut bags, CG.
Well, I was talking to quite a few different ones, like that Sports Fury dude.
Oh, Josh. Okay, Josh. Josh. It's really hard to put. I can't put Josh as a wishy-washy. Hell no. And I'm not putting him as an 85er either. He's a peanut punch. He's a peanut punch. Granted, his roommate is a Dallas Cowboy fan. I love you. I love you, Sports Fury. I really do. But yeah, Josh is a cool dude. I talked with Josh in the past. Real cool dude. He's a peanut punch. He is a straight up peanut puncher. But he's not a wishy-washy and he's not an 85 nut. So yeah, but the thing is, here's the thing. Matt Nagy picked Justin Fields for a reason. I mean, I guess him and Fields were talking a lot in training camp, and what they wanted to do, was to make sure if he can remember the plays. Nagy gave him like three plays, and Justin Fields read them all, repeated it to him, 100%, boom. There you go. Malcgoolie, do you think the 49ers should start Trey Lance? To me, I would love to see rookie versus rookie, but to me, the answer is no. I mean, I know you guys are tired of Jimmy. Some of you guys are tired of Jimmy Garoppolo. I know some of you, but I don't think it's fair to put Jimmy through that. I don't know who has the COVID bug, Damien. That's a personality right there. Damien's an 85 nut.
Is he an 85er?
He's an 85er. Sleeping Angels, he said he tells it how it is with Chicago. Yeah. Let me see, read more. Right. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, Justin Fields, he learned through Nagy's playbook, and that's why Nagy was able to love him. Now, I don't agree with trading your first round pick to the Giants so you can move up. Because that first round pick could have been for an offensive lineman. No, instead, you have to wait unless you trade, which I'm now hearing they could trade Nick Foles for draft picks. I don't know who's desperate for a quarterback, and I don't know who's that desperate enough to give around a first-round pick. I'm shocked that the Jets didn't make a move. to get Nick Foles. You could say the Panthers at this point because Sam Darnold went back to typical Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I thought they were doing pretty good at first, but it just went down the wind. So it's like
Teddy Bridgewater too. You could say the same for Denver. Like Denver was all in. They were all in on getting Aaron Rodgers. Because a lot of people said Justin Fields should have went to Denver. But Denver had other plans. They got Pat Surtain. And I think it's that Good Sports. I think his name's Brandon. He live streamed and he said, "Oh, I'm not angry with the pick of Pat Surtain, but I love it better if Justin Fields wasn't on the freaking board." Like what? And then he went on Twitter and said, "That's strike two, George." Damian says trade Robinson now. No, don't trade Robinson. But there was an interesting trade. An interesting trade I saw on Instagram. CG, would you take this trade? To me, I kind of would. The Chicago Bears get the Eagles' second-round pick, third-round pick, and Jalen Rigor. That's what the Bears would get. The Eagles would get Allen Robinson and a second-round pick.
Man, that's insane. That would be kind of like a ridiculous move, but then you're going to go with a speedster guy who can't even catch the ball. Why would you want to get that guy?
Yeah, to me, it's just weird. It's just a weird trade, but at the same time, Bears do need another wide receiver that's a little bit taller. I heard the Bears are thinking about trading Hicks. Those are all rumors. Akeem Hicks is not getting traded. There was a rumor about him getting traded to the Chargers. They're not trading him to the Chargers. Akeem Hicks wants to live, breathe, and die as a Bear for his whole career. I'm a Jets fan. Keep Allen away from here. Nah, Allen Robinson is not going anywhere. Anybody. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, he's falling off." How can you say that he's falling off if he doesn't have a connection with a quarterback?
That's true.
So, like I said, Bears fans need to learn when to calm the hell down and just take a look around you. But that's like talking to a brick wall. That's like talking to this blank sheet of white paper.
It's like the way I would feel my own fan base. See, this is where I can agree with David McNall was saying. I think most of us Niner fans are ready to move on from Jimmy, and I don't want to rush Trey Lance in. Well, here's a difference. Okay, to make an argument fair enough, I know that Trey Lance is going to have a lot of growing pains, and a lot of you guys keep saying, "Well, I don't want to rush him in." But if Jimmy's not going to get us any W's or help us win, then what's the purpose of having this kid on the bench? I mean, I feel like he needs to get the reps and get better with it. I know he's going to go through some growing pains. So if Jimmy's not going to help us at this point, then we need to pull the plug and give the kid a chance.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Well, we will not treat Allen Robinson. Why would you want to? Malcgoolie, who is your 4 best players past and present? Is it for the Bears or is it for all time?
For the Bears. All time, both ways, I guess.
Okay, for the number 4 for the past. Shockingly, number 1 is not Brian Urlacher. Brian Urlacher is number 4. Number 3, Lance Briggs. Number 2, Charles Tillman. And number 1, Mike Brown. Yes, I was a big, huge Mike Brown fan. Mike Brown was the oh God, I was playing ESPN. I probably might play it later on. ESPN 2K5. Yes, I still play that game. I still worship that game. Mike Brown would never give up on a play. Like I have him on Randy Moss, and Randy Moss is about to Randy Moss, but Mike Brown said, "Excuse me, sir, I have a ball to catch," and we pick-sixed it all the way home, 79 yards. Now future. Now the present Bears players. Number 4, Allen Robinson. Number 4, number 4 is Allen Robinson. Number 3, Akeem Hicks. Number 2, Khalil Mack, and number 1, Roquan Smith. And Roquan Smith is tied with Eddie Jackson. I love Eddie Jackson and Roquan Smith. They're tied for number 1.
Okay, so you got your own split, but I guess this is something that, like you said about what he said.
We
we
have
have
Mooney, who
Mooney.
has more reps and is faster than Robinson. Why keep Robinson? Why would you want to kill Mooney? Mooney's fast and he can catch balls too, but Allen Robinson can catch balls and not give up on plays either. Robinson, here's the thing: if you had Mooney as your number one option, every corner in the league is going to kill him. Why do you think there's a second string running wide receiver, a third wide receiver, hell, fourth?
Just open up for him.
It opens up for him. Allen Robinson is our number one wide receiver, whether people like it or not. And what happens when he's covered? You got Mooney. What happens if Mooney gets covered? You got Goodwin. Then you got your tight ends, which I hope and pray to God that they use. I had to drop Jimmy G because he's not, not someone do anything. He's basically in charge of developing Cole Kmet. And Cole Kmet is trying to get there. But yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game the way I look at the matchup. But then
it is. It's going to be a good game. It will be.
Then we got this Cards fan coming up with this weird question.
Do you have Cardinals? I want the card. He's David's a Cardinal fan.
Yeah, that dude's a Cardinals fan. He comes on my channel.
Do me a favor. Put Green Bay right back in their place. Put Green Bay right back in their place. I want this team to lose. I want them to lose badly. I want the Packers to cry tonight so I can sleep with a big smile on my face. Anyway, I agree. Allen Robinson is good. Damien, we need to keep all the help we can get, bro, especially with this offense. Yes. Can we please trade? Do you see where I'm coming from now, CG?
That's an 85er, I guess.
You watch my streams, right?
I've seen some of them, but I've watched every now and then.
You know I go off, but I'm not going to go off because respect for your show. So, okay. Damien, this is the PG version of me. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Why would you trade Robert Quinn when Robert Quinn and Khalil Mack are probably the best tag team duo on this defensive front? Yes, Robert Quinn was trash last year because he didn't have any preseasons. He was basically a little overweight. He was a little overconfident. But look, he put in the work. He put in the effort. And the man is helping Khalil Mack get those sacks. So why trade Robert Quinn? I know last year I said trade Robert Quinn. I know I said that last year, but Robert Quinn put in the effort. Robert Quinn put in the work. Robert Quinn put on the muscle. Robert Quinn improved. Look, and guess what? Robert Quinn and Khalil Mack are leading the team in sacks. That's me being nice, Damien. Normally I would put you in timeout. But I think I did it for you. You gotta think. Look at the stats. You gotta think. We're tied with our stepsister in Minnesota for most sacks in a season with 20. But trade Robert Quinn. That's your answer.
For what value? Like how are you gonna trade somebody that's really good for your defense? I guess that seems kind of like, I don't know. That's
even though his contract is ridiculous, 5 years for $110 million, and he'll be 35 when that contract is up. Oh boy, almighty! Unbelievable. Yes, Sleeping Angels. This is unbelievable.
That's
Damien, unbelievable.
That's like my fan base saying, "Oh, let's trade Kittle." Like, dude, are you out of your mind? Are you
to be honest? Don't get mad at me, CG. But I can see Kittle leaving in a few years and him becoming a Bear.
That's what you guys want.
It's not what. Well, that's what I would want. But also, we owe George Kittle a Christmas card. You know why?
Why?
Because if it wasn't for y'all winning, we would have not made the playoffs last year. And George Kittle said he's a huge Bear fan at heart and would love to play for the franchise one day. It could be soon. And if that happens, just get this, y'all. I'm not saying it would happen, but think of this lineup. Justin Fields as your quarterback. A good offensive line. George Kittle, Cole Kmet, Darnell Mooney, David Montgomery, Khalil Herbert, Tariq Cohen, Goodwin if they keep him, Jeremiah Grant, and Allen Robinson. That's a top 10 offense if you get the right coordinator for it. I would love that, but I don't think it's going to happen. But if it does, never say never. But
that's like me saying I want Devontae Adams because Devontae Adams was a Niners fan. So
I would Devontae Adams. I hope Green Bay makes the playoffs so they can lose it again, and Green Bay decides to blow it up. And I could laugh at every Packer fan's face from a 10-mile radius.
There's been talks about
him going to the Raiders, which I don't want to see.
Because he goes to Derek Carr, because that's the connection. But in reality, he is a Niners fan by heart. So
he could go to the 49ers.
Well, there's been like talks about Rodgers getting restructured his contract so he could be a free agent after this season.
No, you don't want Rodgers. I'm gonna say this about Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the NFL version of LeBron James.
Yep. Him and Tom Brady are like
him and Tom Brady are LeBron James. They're both LeBron. I can't say Tom because Tom. People hate Tom. People just hate Tom. Yes, he deflated balls, but at least he's not arrogant, not like what he did with the whole 49er thing, and not 49er, the whole Tampa Bay thing. People were shocked about it. I wasn't shocked that he won a championship. It just proves how much of a good quarterback that he really is. And it proved to me once and for all, Belichick needs Brady. Brady doesn't need Belichick. All right, let me read some of these from Damien. He said, dang it, we need a first rounder. I would trade anybody and everyone at this point. So you rather hurt your team to get a first round pick. 85 nutbag.
Damn, anyway. so that's one of those tip of the iceberg. I guess I see him on a daily every now and then, but
yes. I would love Mostert in Chicago, but I don't see that happening. Malcgoolie, how is Goodwin doing? Goodwin's doing great. I actually like Goodwin though. I really do. I was a little surprised by the move, but he's not that bad a receiver. Like he'll catch the ball, which we needed because let's be real, like wide receivers that came beforehand, like Taylor Gabriel, they only use him as speed. And that's what the Bulls, the Bulls, sorry, I got the other Chicago team on my mind. The Bears right now, they do have the speed for wide receivers. It's just the quarterback and the offensive line. It's just the offense in general. But hopefully against the 49ers team, they can turn that around. We are playing at home, thank God. And then after that, we're back on the road. Chris, explain the schedule. Road, home, road, home, road, home, road, home, road, home. We don't have a back-to-back home game this year or a back-to-back road game this year. And we have the third roughest schedule in the NFL. Ouch. All right, Aaron Rodgers is a diva. Will probably sign with Denver. Oh, if he signs with Denver, I'm going to laugh.
John Elway's been known to get these old quarterbacks.
White quarterbacks.
Old quarterbacks who can get him a championship. Just because he struck gold with Peyton Manning thinks he can struck gold with another guy.
Yeah. Just kidding. I don't want him in Chicago, LOL. He'll never come here. Knicks are going to put a beating on the Bulls. We'll see about that. I don't know. Can your defense stop? Can your offense think they can stop Caruso and Ball? And it's Joakim Appreciation Night. I don't think that's going to be an issue. It's going to be sad to see Derrick Rose in a Knicks jersey. He should have came back home. But I would trade Pace, but we can't do that. So yeah, I would. Yeah, Damien, you're gonna kill our franchise. I'm so glad you're not a GM.
Put him as a GM for the Raiders. Maybe he can damage that franchise for good, and I can get a good laugh out of him. Or Cowboys.
Oh God, the Raiders are already damaged. And no disrespect, D. We love you, D. We love you. We do. Even though
Gruden.
yeah, but even though Zach is going to play tonight. Everybody's playing. We will see. I'm nervous about tonight. Tonight for the Bulls is just it's a test. Anyway, let me see this. The real question is, can London and DeMar keep their ankles from Emmanuel quickly? LOL. Hey, Ghoulie, what's your thoughts on the Bears staying at Soldier Field and not moving to Arlington anymore? Wait a minute. Is that true? They're going to stay at Soldier Field? I did not hear anything about them stopping the project. Apparently, the Bears are getting a new stadium in Arlington Heights, which is 30 miles away from downtown Chicago. It's in an old betting. Huh?
That's Jimmy G's hometown, I guess, huh?
Yeah. It's a 35 miles away from downtown. But I didn't hear anything about them stopping the project. Because quite frankly, Soldier Field, I didn't want the Bears to move out of Soldier Field. I didn't like the move per se, because what happened, it just happened 4 hours ago. If someone can tag me in that, I don't see it. We need a new stadium if the Super Bowl wants to come to Chicago. Here's the thing. The Super Bowl can come to Soldier Field, but the problem is the McCaskies ruined Soldier Field by doing that unnecessary update. Like, it used to be one of the wonders of the world. Top 10. And then they ruined it. So, yeah. I mean, the Premier Art site, it's not like Chicago doesn't have the money for a new stadium. Oh, trust me, they do have the freaking money. But yeah, Arlington Heights, I don't mind I hate the move, but they did. So it's true, they did stop the project?
Wow. So they stopped the project?
Wow. Okay, so since they stopped the project of Arlington Heights, my question is, do you rebuild Soldier Field to the point it looks new, it looks better, it's way better. It's all of that, because a lot of fans were not happy about the move. Even though the Bears do deserve a stadium, a new one, but to be honest, keep Soldier Field the way it is. Just update it. Just actually get over there. Soldier Field sounds badass. It is. It's a beautiful stadium. It really is.
Just like how Green Bay's been keeping Lambeau Field for how many years?
Oh, God. Yeah. Green Bay will never give up Lambeau Field, even though Lambeau is – I've been to Lambeau Field. Ugh. Find a new location to guess. I still want a new stadium. I know some people want a new stadium. I don't want a new stadium. I just want them to right the wrong, fix the issues, the cracks. Because like outside is beautiful, but on the inside they messed it up completely when they tried to give the stadium to the city, and they messed it up. They ruined everything.
Yeah, a lot of these stadiums ruin a lot of teams. Like, if you look at the 49ers, since leaving Candlestick Park, it's been our curse. So we haven't been. Well, the difference with Candlestick Park, I've been to both stadiums. Candlestick Park had a different vibe, but when you go to Levi's, it's not the same. It's more like not everybody's used to this type of atmosphere.
Right. Over here thinking about changing MetLife Stadium to Aqua Heart. Oh, what in the – ew, no. Agua Heart? Oh, God, no.
That's a joke.
Oh, my God. Just call it Butt Fumble Stadium, and then we'll be fine.
Butt Fumble, like Sanchez. I guess he said move the Bears to Champaign. Like,
no, they did. No. They did that before, and I have Madden 03 to prove it. This is where around 2002 and 2003, the whole Soldier Field debacle happened, and the Bears were playing in the University of Illinois for that whole entire season, where they were 13-3. 13-3 in a college stadium. Wow. Soldier Field looks really similar to Wayne Valley Indians High School field. Oh, wow. That would want me to have a new stadium for the Cubs. No. Let me read this. Let me finish that and then say I didn't want Wrigley Field to go away. Wrigley Field isn't going no damn where. Wrigley Field ain't going nowhere. If the Cubs ever moved out of Wrigley, I would riot. I would go to Chicago myself and literally start a riot. Look at the White Sox. The White Sox have built 2 stadiums since their tenure. 2. The U.S. Cellular building. And I've passed through that building a lot. It looks beautiful. It was a beautiful stadium. And then they changed it up again because, U.S. Cellular doesn't exist anymore. The Cubs have always been in Wrigley Field. They're going to die in Wrigley Field unless they put a dome on Wrigley Field, which, matter of fact, don't put a dome. I just saw it. No. Don't put a dome in Wrigley Field. Now, I would love for WrestleMania to be in Wrigley Field or SummerSlam to be in Wrigley Field. SummerSlam deserve it. Waynes Valley Field looks like Soldier Field, and Waynes Hills Patriots High School Field looks like Raymond James Field. Let's be honest. No one cares about the White Sox. Yeah, nobody cares because Urinating Tree just burned the hell out of the White Sox.
That's just us Lakers fans saying that LA doesn't give a damn about the Clippers.
I mean, basically, this is the thing about the White Sox. They're that kid that literally they're in the shadow of their older brother. You're just living in the Cubs' shadow. Just like with the Clippers, they're just living in not only in the Lakers' shadow, but they're living in their building scot-free. But not for long. Apparently, the Clippers are getting their own stadium, which I can't wait to see.
Yeah, seems
personally,
like
I like it better when they share the arena. But that's just me. I would love to see like, oh, is it a home game for the Clippers or is it a home game for the Lakers? I'm confused.
Yeah, then you got the Chargers and the Rams sharing the stadium together.
Yeah, the Chargers and the Rams. Apparently, the Rams will have SoFi. What I'm hearing, it's just that they're trying to build a stadium for the Chargers.
Somewhere down Carson, I believe.
Yes.
Which is a different side of town. That's in Orange County, I believe. But
yes.
Yeah. All right.
I wish the Chargers would have never left San Diego.
Yeah, we got this Rams fan, which his name is the Ramilia Sports Report. What's up, Rudy? Let's go with it, man.
Just like the Chargers are renting SoFi Stadium.
Hey, he's a cool dude. Very good dude. Let's see. So let's get to the final prediction before we end the stream in a bit.
All right. Final predictions. Oh boy, the Bears. Wait a minute. Urinating Tree just burning the Jets franchise faster than Justin Fields getting sacked. You know what? Here's the thing. He only got on us because we were sucking back then. He gets on us now for killing quarterbacks, but Prestige Shogun, that video he made about y'all and the Jets was so hilarious. Oh my God. And I quote, if you can't, what did he say? If you can't draft, can't run, and can't care, what the hell is this city even known for? That's right, the butt fumble. One of the funniest things that ever happened to us that NFL been waiting for since Ann Tarkenton ran the wrong way for a safety.
Goddamn Jets.
Have you seen that video, CG?
Nah.
I'll send it to you. You will laugh your head off. And
okay,
yes, he also did one on your 49ers. He did one on my Bears.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I love that guy. He's a good guy. Anyway, Rams is in a lawsuit right now. Oh God, it sucks for them.
Something about the moving to St. Louis situation. I'm hearing that rumors. Ed, I guess
they should have never moved back to Los Angeles, in my opinion. Los Angeles has way too many teams. Malcgoolie, do you live in Chicago? No, used to live in Garrianda for 13 years, and then I moved here to rainy, cloudy Indianapolis.
Colts country, I guess.
Yeah, I'm in Colts country, and I hate it. Well, I don't hate it, but Colts fans are literally quiet. That's the funny thing, though. They're literally quiet. They're not ignorant like, let's say, Steelers fans or Cowboys fans or Raiders fans, but, I'd say the Bears lose 29-3. Oh, God. 49ers, I'm sorry. I don't have confidence in this team. Don't say sorry to them. Just say sorry to the Bears fans.
Oh, yeah. Fans would probably
hope he does one on the Seahawks. He won't do one on the Seahawks unless they blow it up. Trey comes out of the fourth quarter with a 2-minute drill. Last second field goal. Niners win 23-20. That's where some of these bookers have these betting guys. Hey, speaking of Chicago sports, sorry to change the subject for a minute, but what in the
Oh, so this guy picks it out of the ordinary.
55-2.
I don't know about that, man. It might be a sloppy performance. We'll see.
To me, I think the score will be 27-21 Chicago. I think the Bears running attack lately, when they take on teams that are not I can't say that the 49ers are not good. The 49ers are you don't judge a record, okay? And I'm not judging by their record. It's just judging by performance. I think Chicago is more inept to get the win than the 49ers. As long as they can get to Jimmy Garoppolo, they should win this game. As long as they run the ball well, they should win this game. As long as Justin Fields can play like the Justin Fields like he was against the Lions, they should win this game. So I got them winning by at least like 6.
Well, all right. So when I put this prediction, it should be no excuses for us in this matchup. So I got us winning by 4 points, fortunately, like 24-28. I think it's going to be a really exciting game. I think it comes down to if the Bears don't make any critical mistakes or the Niners. Whoever makes the lesser mistakes wins. But I feel like the Bears have the similar issue like we do. So if we capitalize, that's a good thing. But it comes down to it. Oh, Jimmy runs for 2 TDs. That would be funny. That would be like Forrest Gump running for his life. Oh, we got a Raiders fan? Yeah.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Damien, did you forget that Akeem Hicks is coming back? Eddie Goldman's coming back. Jimmy ain't running.
He's running like Forrest Gump getting hit.
Yeah, he'll get hit. And if he gets hit by Hicks of all people, that's it. Bring in Trey Lance.
Trey Lance runs for the end zone. I just love it.
And then you can sing Forrest Gump by Frank Ocean.
Man, that's funny, man. But I appreciate you on the show, man. It's getting pretty interesting. But maybe down the road we can collaborate, man, or even on a wrestling stream one day.
Yes, we'll love to have more wrestling people on the Spotlight Sports Network because lately, and I know a lot of people have been asking, are you going to do Friday Night SmackDown? Guys, I've made other commitments. So that doesn't mean wrestling's dead on my channel. When I make another commitment to something, I stick with it. And plus, I got my niece. So the kid comes first. So, yeah, that's why there won't be no SmackDown. I got to come back. It's time. Like, we're in a Survivor Series. I'll probably go back to the old status quo. But let's be real, guys. Look what's happening right now. We got the Bulls coming here. We still got this. Oh, my God, we still got this. But we got the Bulls right now. I'm thinking about doing Blackhawks game if they can win a freaking game. We got the World Series going on. And the Astros won yesterday, and I was happy with that. I think I picked the Astros to win. Because I want to see the MLB get triggered. But CG, thank you for having me, but I got a question for you.
What's the question?
When it comes down to your 49ers, if you guys don't make the playoffs, what do you do this offseason to change it all?
What do we do in the offseason to change? Address the secondary. Invest some offensive line if we're going to go with Trey Lance in the future, of course. You have to give him some good weapons, better supporting cast. Let's not get too cute and just stick with one person. Let's invest all our talent and get some good talents out there. Like, you need to get some cornerbacks who can cover. You need to invest somebody who can block good for your quarterback, and then everything will take care of itself. I feel like that's the next approach. More than likely it's going to happen. I don't even think we're going anywhere this year, the way it looks.
Right. Same here for me. Well, since you don't have a first-round pick, number one, address your offensive line. I mean, I know everybody's coming back, but address your offensive line. Number two, get a wide receiver, a tall wide receiver. Number three, corner. Either get one from free agency or get one from the draft. And also the biggest one, re-sign Hicks and re-sign Robinson. Also the biggest one, get clean house on your whole goddamn management staff. And I'm not talking about coaching. I'm talking about I want everybody gone. The janitor, the trainer, the dog walker, the bear feeder. I want everybody gone. Everybody gotta go. It's a whole clearance sale. Everybody gotta go.
Yeah, everybody gotta go.
Everything must go. 25% off. Maybe even you. Everything must go. 50% off everything. 50% off everything. Like in the quote Money Mac from Friday After Next. Everything 50, 25% off. Everything must go. Maybe even you. Oh, no, we're not trading Mario Edwards Jr., even though the kid does need to learn discipline, but we're not getting rid of him. And also, you guys want more Malcgoolie tonight? Because you can get more of me, not just by subscribing to my channel, but I will also be live with another 49er fan later on tonight.
Jay in the Bay.
I'll be live with Jay in the Bay, and I will basically be just like how I am for CG, and I will do the same thing with Jay in the Bay. But CG, thank you, bro. I really, really appreciate it.
No problem, man. Anytime, man. Everybody else, man, if you haven't checked out my channel, if you're those other Bears fans of his, man, definitely go check out my content. You and I are going to be missing anything, man. Go on the Hangouts. I do sports hangout on a daily, so check it out. All right, man. Appreciate you, man, and we're out. Peace.